Which are the phases of direct light and reflected light in Gevurah of Chokhmah of Netzach? First, we must understand the inner 10 Sefirot contained in the general Netzach. There are 3 of direct light, the light of Netzach, clothing the vessel of Keter of the general Netzach, the light of Hod in the vessel of Chokhmah of the general Netzach, and the light of Yesod in the vessel of Bina. So let's say this is Netzach, then we have Keter Chokhmah Bina, and the Netzach, the Hod and Yesod within Keter Chokhmah Bina, as explained here, of the Netzach. Now take the inner Chokhmah of the general Netzach. The inner Chokhmah too necessarily contains 10 Sefirot by the 8 Sefirot of direct light that passes through her from above downward, even in those that have only reflected light. Since the light of Sefirot were incorporated in the Sefirot of direct light, always shone into the Sefirot that had reflected light. So, Keter Chokhmah Bina here is the Chokhmah, right? It says take the Chokhmah of the general Netzach. This is the Chokhmah of the general Netzach, all right? And it says, however, the 8 Sefirot of direct light that pass through Chokhmah downward are not regarded as light of Chokhmah, but as light of Hod. Since the light of Hod is clothed in the vessel of Chokhmah and the general Netzach. So we have Hod clothed in Chokhmah, right? And so going on, thus in the 10 Sefirot of the Chokhmah of Netzach, the 10 Sefirot in the Chokhmah. So then what I did was I expanded this Chokhmah into 10 Sefirot right here as it's saying, okay? And the 10 Sefirot of Chokhmah and Netzach, there are now only passing lights of direct light from Chokhmah of Hod downward. Chokhmah of Hod is in the vessel of Keter Chokhmah Bina in Chokhmah, and Chesed of Hod in Bina, Gevurah of Hod in Chesed, Tiferet of Hod in Gevurah. Thus, we find that there is a direct light from the light of Tiferet of Hod in Gevurah of Chokhmah of Netzach. So here we got Keter Chokhmah Bina, Chesed Gevurah. What's it say? The Tiferet of Hod in Gevurah. So now we have the Hod of Tiferet in the Gevurah of the Chokhmah. That's what it's saying here. Now let us take Gevurah of Chokhmah of Netzach. So there's the Gevurah of Chokhmah of the Netzach, which necessarily contains the 10 inner Sefirot as well. So if we take 10 Sefirot of inside Gevurah, there I drew another 10 Sefirot. Direct light passes through her from above downward, and reflected light passes through her from below upward. In the Gevurah, there are 5 Sefirot of direct light from Gevurah downward. However, this is not all the light of Gevurah, but the 5 lower phases of the light of Tiferet of Hod, which clothe the more refined vessels. It follows the light of Gevurah of Tiferet of Hod clothes the vessels of Keter of Gevurah of Chokhmah of Netzach. So the Gevurah of Tiferet of Hod clothes Keter. So there's the Gevurah of Tiferet of Hod clothes Keter. That's what's going on here. And also the light of Tiferet of Hod clothes the vessel of Chokhmah of Gevurah of the Chokhmah of Netzach. So now the Gevura of Chokhmah, which is here. This is the 10 Sefirot in Gevura. Here is the Chokhmah of the Chokhmah of Netzach, and the Gevura close within it. Close the vessel of Chokhmah of Gevura, the light of Tiferet. So this is the light of Tiferet. Close in the Gevura of Chokhmah, because this is the Gevura, and this is the 10 Sefirot within it, and this is the Chokhmah within Gevura, clothing, all happening. This is just expanding what's really going on in here. So a lot of inner work, just studying. Talmud Eser Sefirot to learn the inner workings better, and just going through it.